1, 2, 3, test 1, 2, 3. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inverness Raceway. 6- card on tap here this evening. You want to check your program. We'll go over the changes for this evening's card of racing. Race number 1, the 5-0 Stress Nora is scratch set. Number 6, Luna Betts. Equipment change, takes off the Murphy blind on the right hand side, adds a tail tie, and adds knee and shin boots. Over to race number 2, it's the start of the pick 5. Start the pick 5 over in race number 2 in the first end of the early daily double. Number 4, Fear the Shadow. Mr. Mark McQuarrie is up. Mark McQuarrie on the 4, Fear the Shadow. Number 5, Mando Fun, pencil in the trainer, Sean McDonald. Sean McDonald is the trainer. Over to race number 3, second half double, the Graham family Memorial Pace. Number 3, Coop Cobbler. Mr. Walter Walker is your driver. That'll push us over to race number 4, number 2, Drink Up Muchacho. Equipment chain, takes off the Murphy blind on the left-hand side. Over to race number 5, and number 3, a Sea Laird. Equipment change, takes off the hood with cups, and it goes to an open. And he adds side cheeks, and that adds a Murphy blind on the right hand side. Race number 6, the finale, the go home pace. It's the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace. And number 3, Windermere Best Man is scratch sick. That's our changes for this evening's card of racing. Correct time of day showing on the board. At 6:41, 7 o'clock is our post time. At approximately 6:52, the entries will make their way from the paddock area on towards post parade. And attention to the horsemen and the horsewomen in the paddock area. Changes. For your program on the evening, the changes have to be in by 6 o'clock for afternoon racing, or for evening racing at 7 o'clock. It has to be done by 6 o'clock. On Sunday afternoon, when we go at 1 o'clock, they have to be in at 12 o'clock. If not, fines are going to be dished out. We don't want that. And also, that is because of HPI. We have to have those changes into them early. Thank you very much. Kevin, phone the judges stand, please. Kevin, phone the judges stand, please. On parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the first condition field. Down winners 1 and 2, Parimutuel Race Life. They go for purse 1100. Campbell McIsaac up and aboard the one, Any Sign of Harry. Malcolm McCackett shares ownership with the trainer, Alex Sutherland. Up in post 2, it's I'm a Lot, owned by Avery Frazier. Charles Frazier trains Mr. Redmond Doucette between the wheels. The 3, I See True Grit, owned by Melanie LeBlanc, trained by Miss LeBlanc. Travis McLean is in the sulky. The 4 is Bank of Dad, an 11-year-old Well Said for owner trainer driver Mr. Tim Gillis. The 5-0 Stress Nora is out. Number 6, a newcomer to the Raceway, 3-year-old Luna Betts, owned by Calissa Marr. A.D. McDonald trains. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. Field of 5 here in the first. Exacta Triacta Superfecta Wagering, along with Win Place and Show. Post time set to go at 7 o'clock. We're down to 5 minutes on post time. 5 minutes. Entries on their way back, second and final score. And we're down to 3 minutes on post time, 3 to go. My selection here in the first, I went to the 2, I'm a Lot, a 3-year-old by Penn Sway, and nothing to show for the first 4 starts. In his 5th start, he finished up 3rd and paced a mile. In 2:02 and 4/5, Redmond Doucette in the sulky. I went with the 3-year-old filly, I'm a Lot. Over here in race number 1 for second, I went to the outside, and the newcomer Luna Betts, a 3-year-old by Bet the Moon. And just the one show for those 6 starts. But he's paced in 2 minutes and 2:01, 2:02. I went with Luna Betts here for second. For third, I went to the 4, Bank of Dad, owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. Nothing showing on the program there. And for fourth in this class, I went to the 3, I See True Grit. 5 show out of 9 starts. For the 14-year-old racing in his last year of racing here at the Inverness Raceway. 2, 6, 4, and 3, my selection here for the first. The entries have been called to the gate. Entries come to the top of the lane here in the first condition field for 1100. And a field of 5, Any Sign of Harry, Campbell, Isaac, I'm a Lot, Redmond, Deuce, and I See True Grit. Travis McLean, Bankadad, Timmy Gillis, Luna Betts, and Zach Mullins. Field of 5, they're all on gate, and it's a good start. And Bankadad heads out looking for the lead. I'm a Lot in at the rail at second, up third on the outside. I See True Grit. Any Sign of Harry, then Luna Betts. Heading down the backside toward the opening quarter now. I'm a Lot in at the rail. Bankadad's going to pull back and duck in the 2-hole. I See True Grit. Up in 3 out of 4, that's Any Sign of Harry in the backfield. That is the newcomer, Luna Betts. We're on past the opening quarter, on towards the 3/8 turn here, and I'm a Lot at $4.60 on the board, was past that opening quarter in 30 and 1. Bankadad and Timmy Gillis drive second, up here third. I See True Grit, Any Sign of Harry, then Luna Betts. We're on toward the half mile now, and Redmond Doucette has the 3-year-old Pensway filly, I'm a Lot. Up front down the lead. Bankadad tight second. I See True Grit is third. Here on the outside in 4, Any Sign of Harry. Then Luna Betts in the backfield. 1 minute, 4/5 past the half mile up the backside. And the 3/4 up and coming now. I'm a Lot. Still up front. Second, Bankadad. Third on the outside, Any Sign of Harry. I See True Grit is 4. Luna Betts starts to get in gear and interested from the backfield. Past that 3/4 stable time, second and final time. I'm a Lot is up front, 1:33 and 3. Past that 3/4, back a length and a half there. That is Bankadad. Any Sign of Harry, Luna Betts tips out, goes 3 deep through the lane. He's going to come on through the stretch here. Any Sign of Harry. Up front here, try to hang on, and Any Sign of Harry to get the job done. For second, Luna Betts. Race 1-8 trip here in the first. 2:05 and 4. Officially 1, 6, 3 and 2 showing on the board. Any Sign of Harry was the winner. Luna Betts was second. I See True Grit third, and I'm a Lot finished up 4, 1, 6, 3 and 2. Unofficially 5 and 4 time of the mile. Kevin, phone the judges stand, please. Kevin, phone the judges stand, please. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 3-year-old big fishing gelding by Roll Harry at the Western Paradise mare. Send me a sign. His horse was bred by Jeffrey and Don Taylor at a Prince Edward Island. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer Alex Sutherland. Campbell McIsaac in the sulky. That becomes official. 205 and 4 is a maiden mark for the 3-year-old. Any sign of Harry. And the first official, any sign of Harry the winner. I'm a lot was 4. I see True Grit 3. Bank of Dad was 5. Zero Stress Nora Scratch Sick. Luna Bats was second. 30 and 1 past the quarter, a minute and 4 at the half. 3/4, 1:33 and 3. Race wedding trip 205 and 4. Top the program 143. 5 scratch 2 on the bottom, 205 and 4/5, a maiden mark for the 3-year-old. Any sign of Harry. Across the board for the winner, 690, 370, 230. Luna Bats, the 6, paid 360, 220. I see True Grit, $3.70. Exact to 1 and 6, $65.90. 163. $2 tracked combination at return, $308.50. Up and coming, race number 2, first in of the early daily double. It's the start of the pick 5. Number 4, Fear the Shadow. Mark McQuarrie is the driver. Number 5, Mando Fun. The trainer should read Sean McDonald. Over to race number 3, second half, the early double. Number 3, Coot Cobbler. Walter Walker is the driver. Mark McQuarrie to the paddock area, please. Mark McQuarrie to the paddock area, please. The driver here on the 4, Fear the Shadow. Pencil in Mark McQuarrie. Two promising young drivers on the Ontario circuit. Damien McClellan, who we had home for Gathering Week. He had a win on the program, had a few thirds on the program. He was in town to visit us during Gathering Week. Mark McDonnell, out of Port Hood, the son of Louis McDonnell, also on the Ontario circuit, doing quite well. 535 drives so far this season and 58 times to the winner's circle. A 207 batting average for Mark McDonnell, one of the up-and-coming drivers on the Ontario circuit. Here's the second, number 1, Southfield Sandy and Mark McDonnell. Welcome Home is in the sulky, owned by Route 19 Racing. Louis McDonnell trains. The Two Dirty Bobby. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver. Red Deuce at Lennon McIsaac trains. The 3 is Whistler. And owner, trainer, driver is Mr. Sandy McNeil. Next on post parade is the 4, Fear the Shadow. He's a 9-year-old by Shadow Play. Oh my, the Irish Road Stables, Brian McGinnis trains. Mr. Mark McQuarrie in town. And he does the driving. Five-man doe fun as Zach Mullins for Aubrey Cameron, Brenda McQueen, and trainer Sean McDonald. Olbach, 6 on the outside, a 13-year-old by American Gigolo. Walisa Hanscombe and Alan Frazier. Mr. Frazier trains. Miss Monica Sutherland is in the sulky. There's a field of 6 here in the second. It's the start of the pick 5. And it's the first end of the early daily double. Entries have completed their first of 2. On their way back. Second and final score, we're down to 4 at the windows. 4 to go on post. Down to 3 minutes now, 3 to go. Up and coming in the third, it's the Graham Family Memorial Pace. And a field of 6, number 3, Coot Cobbler. Pencil in the driver, Walter Walker. Walter Walker on Coot Cobbler in the third. Don't forget Chestico Days this week. Chestico Days in the Port Hood. Post time set to go for 6 o'clock. It's a 5-dash program. Beer, gardens, and barbecue also on the program. That's Chestico Days this Friday, 6 o'clock post time, Port Hood. My selection over here in the second is the 1. Southfield Sandy is a 2-time winner this season, 201 and 3/5. Trainer Lewis McDonnell was in the sulky. As I mentioned before, young Mark McDonnell is in town for Chestico Days visiting. He has a couple of days off. And as I mentioned before, Mark McDonnell and Damian McClellan, 2 of the up-and-coming drivers on the Ontario circuit. When you think about it, I mean, let's go to Redmond Doucette, for example. One of our leading drivers here on our circuit. He has 75 drives for the season. 75 drives. You look at Mark McDonnell, he has 535 drives thus far this season. Damien and Mark shipped up Went to Ontario a couple of years ago, and they're very prominent there on the B circuit. They travel over to Dresden, then Georgia Downs, Grand River, London, that Western Fair. You know, they're all over Ontario racing. A very busy schedule for a couple of young gentlemen, and very well respected as young gentlemen there on the Ontario circuit. For second here in this race, I went to the 2, Dirty Bobby. He's a 3-time winner this season. 2:02 was his best clocking. Redmond Doucette shares ownership with Andy Stewart. For third, I went to the 4, Fear of the Shadow. A 1-time winner this season, 2 minutes 4/5. In his last start, he paced in 59 3/5. Came the last quarter, 28 3/5. And for fourth, I went to the 5, Mando Fun. Zach Mullins does the driving for trainer Sean McDonald. And did he ever finish nicely in his last start? 1, 2, 4, and 5, my selection in the second. Entries for the second condition field with the $5,000 claiming Southfield Sandy and Mark McDonnell, Dirty Bobby and Redmond Doucette, Whistler, Sandy McNeil, Fear the Shadow, Mark McQuarrie, Mando Fun, Zach Mullins, Old Buck, Monica Sutherland. Field of 6. Start of the pick 5 here at the Inverness Raceway on a 6- card. Down, all over the gate and away, and Southfield Sandy heads out fully. Dirty Bobby is second, up here third. That is Whistler at a 4. Fear the Shadow stretched out from 1 to 6. Mando Fun is 5, and Old Buck is 6. First quarter up and coming now, and Southfield Sandy uncontested up front, setting the fractions. For second, that is Dirty Bobby at a 3. That is Whistler from 4, Fear the Shadow, and 5, Mando Fun. The backfield, that is Old Buck. 29 4/5, past the opening station on toward the half-mile now. And Southfield Sandy still shows the way. Dirty Bobby right there in the 2-hole up third. It's Whistler. At a 4 as he gets to the outside is Fear the Shadow. And Mark McQuarrie to sacrifice come first up. Following him is Old Buck in the backfield now. That is Mando Fun. The 5/8 turn is slowly approaching 59 1/5. And Southfield Sandy still up front down the lead, driving second, Dirty Bobby. Out here, third on the outside, that is Fear the Shadow, and 4 at the rail, Whistler, Old Buck. 5 on the outside, then from 6 it's Mando Fun. We've passed the 3 quarters now, and Southfield Sandy still up front for Mark McDonnell. Dirty Bobby is second. Fear the Shadow third, 129 2/5, past 3 quarters. Dirty Bobby gets a nose to the outside here. Up to challenge the pace setter, Southfield Sandy. Sandy's going to bring him on through the lane, but Dirty Bobby on the outside, and look on the far outside at the Whistler, but here he is. Dirty Bobby up to win it, and Redmond Doucette. 159 1/5, Dirty Bobby here in the second. Coming into the Denmark Kickers Water Circle, 6-year-old Bippis and gelding by Pan Suede, the American Gigolo. Mare Flugie. This horse was bred by Jessica Hawkins at a Prince Edward Island. Andy Schuer shares ownership. With the driver, Mr. Redmond Doucette. Lennon McIsaac trains, 1:59 1/5, fastest on the season for Dirty Bobby. And it is win number 4 on the season. Up and coming here in race number 3, the Graham family Memorial Pace. Second official now. Southfield Sandy was second. Dirty Bobby, the winner, Whistler third. Fear the Shadow 5, Mando Fun 4, and Old Bach was 6. 29 4, 59 1, 129 2. 159 1/5. Top the program, 213, 5-4. Then 6 on the bottom. 620, 240, and 220 for the winner, Dirty Bobby. 210 and 210 for Southfield Sandy. Whistler, $2.10. 2-1 exacta, $14.60. 2-1 and 3 try, $100.20. And Superfecta, 2-1, 3 and 5. It came back 50-280. Up and coming in the third, as I said, the Graham family Memorial Pace. And very generous of the family, the Graham family, here in race number 3. If you notice the purse, they usually go for $11.75 here, but they're going for $2,175. He didn't go to the future. The Graham family didn't go with our feature race to add the purse. He went to the lower individuals on the racing, because that's where he generally did the bulk of his racing. $2,175 purse here in the third, Graham family Memorial Pace. For those of you just arriving here at the Raceway, 6- card on tap here this evening. At race number 3, Walter Walker on the 3, Coot Cobbler. You want to check over on your changes for those of you just arriving. Race number 4, equipment change on the 2, Drink Up Muchacho. Off with the Murphy blind on the left-hand side. Over to race number 5, number 3, Sea Liard, equipment change. Off with Hoodwood Cups, and he goes to an open and adds side cheeks. He also adds a Murphy blind on the right-hand side. Note race number 4 is the McLean family pace. McLean family pace, that is in race number 4. And at race number 6, Gillis of Hawthorne family pace. Number 3, Windermere Best Man. is scratch sick. Scheduled race days for August. We did not race this Sunday. We come back next Wednesday. That's on the 5th. Then come back on the following Wednesday, the 12th. Then go on Sunday on the 16th. We take a gap of 10 days during Old Home Week, and we return to racing on the 26th and follow it up on the 30th. So in August, we're racing on the 5th, 12th, 16th, 26th, and 30th. The entries for the 3rd have left the paddock area, moving up the backside on towards Post Parade. It's the Graham family Memorial Pace. On parade from the lower turn, the entries here in the Graham family Memorial Pace. Downwinners 451 last 5. They go for purse $2,175. Melanie Patricia LeBlanc is the owner trainer of the one, Miss Patricia B, and Monica Sutherland is in the sulky. Up here in post position 2, it's Woodbeer Novak. The catch drive to Mark McQuarrie for Angela MacArthur, the estate of Angus McQuarrie. Zach Mullins, he also does the training. 3 is Coot Cobbler. Walter Walker gets the call here this evening from the Autumn Gold Stable, and trainer Ron Garland. 4 is Rankinville Seamus. At 8-year-old by Vintage Master owner, trainer, driver, Sandy McNeil. Redmond Doucette is back in the sulky here aboard his own Filthy Phil. The trainer is Lennon McIsaac. 6 is JJ Scarlett. By Anthony Beaton, Beverly McKinnon. Mr. Keegan Madden up doing the driving. This is the Graham family Memorial Pace. They go for purse $2,175. 5 minutes on post time here for the 3rd. Entries on the way back. Second and final score down to 4 now. 4 minutes on post time. Here for the third. Entries up, second and final score. 2 minutes on post time. 2 minutes. Post time. Here for the third. Favorite showing on the board at present time at $4. And that is the 5 Filthy Phil. Filthy Phil, the favorite at $4. My selection over here in the third, I went to the 2, Woodmere Novak, a 3-year-old by Bet the Moon. 6 starts this season. A non-winner, 2 seconds and 2/3. Last year, took a maiden mark at 59 4/5. Just a matter of time before Novak heads into the winner's circle. He's at $5.90. For second, I went to the 5, Filthy Phil. In 3 starts, a winner and 2 seconds. And a mark of 2 minutes. Season's best here at the Inverness Raceway. For third, I went to the 4, Rankinville Seamus. Owner, trainer, driver, Sandy McNeil. 10 starts on the season. The 1 win from Rankinville Seamus in an off-track 2:04 and 2/5. And for fourth, I went to the rail entry, Miss Patricia B., an 8-year-old battered than chatter mare. Melanie Patricia LeBlanc owns and trains. And 0 for 8 on the season in the winner's circle, but did have 2 seconds and 3/3. 2, 5, 4, and 1. My selection here in the third as the entries have been called to the gate. The gate's in motion, and the starter has the horses. It's the Graham Family Memorial Pace Condition Field. They go for purse $2,175. Miss Patricia B. and Monica Sutherland. Woodmere Novak, Mark McQuarrie, Coot Cobbler, and Walter Walker. Rankinville, Seamus, Sandy McNeil, Filthy Phil, Redmond Doucette, and J.J. Scarlett, and a Keegan Madden. Outfield of 6 come through the lane off the gate and away, and Woodmere Novak. Headzode looking for the lead. Second on the outside, that is the great Coot Cobbler up here third. Miss Patricia B. Yeah, at 4, that is Rankinville, Seamus, Filthy Phil, and then J.J. Scarlett. On toward the opening quarter now, and Woodmere Novak. In rain to Mark McQuarrie is up front, setting the fractions, driving second. That is Coot Cobbler. Third, Miss Patricia B. at a 4. That is Rankinville, Seamus. Up in 5, Filthy Phil in the backfield. That is J.J. Scarlett, 30 and 2. Past the opening quarter. Stretched out, single alignment. On toward the half, up front by 2.5. That is Woodmere Novak. Coot Cobbler is second. Miss Patricia B. is third. At 4. And that is Rankinville, Seamus. Filthy Phil in 5, and in the backfield it's J.J. Scarlett. On towards the 5/8 turn, and Woodmere Novak still up front, still uncontested in the half, 101-1. Back to Lentz. That is Coot Cobbler. Then a gap of 3 to Miss Patricia B. Filthy Phil, Rankinville, Seamus squeezes out in the middle there to the 3/4. And then J.J. Scarlett. They're on past the 3/4 now. And Woodmere Novak has some company coming here. On the far outside, that is Filthy Phil, 130 and 4 past 3/4. And Coot Cobbler popped at the 2-hole. He's up. He's taken over the lead here at the 7/8. Through the lanes, and here comes the gray Coot Cobbler. Through the lanes for Walter Walker. And Coot Cobbler's going to be up to winner. Woodmere Novak for second. In for third, that is Filthy Phil. Coot Cobbler and Walter Walker. 2 minutes, 1/5 here in the third. Judges' inquiry on the dash heading towards the 3/4. Racing action heading towards your 3/4. All entries coming back, receiving a hat donated by the Graham family. Starting as early as 1950, Roddy Graham from Judick South ignited passion for racing in his children. Gillis, AJ, Leslie, Ronnie, and Jerry. Growing up in the local community, Jerry and Leslie Graham remained active in the racing industry as devoted hobbyists at the Inverness Raceway. They owned and drove notable horses such as Tarport Glen, Graham's Lady, Hoosier Glen, Senga Sally, Pitbull Pat, and West River Pegaway. At one point, Jerry's horse Gazerk, driven by Leslie, even held a track record for a dead heat alongside Calamar Dynasty, owned by Frank McGuinness, and driven by Danny Gillis. Ronnie Gillis had his first race at the age of 16, driving Bud Henley here in Inverness. He later moved west and pursued a lifetime career in horse racing, often sending horses back home for his brothers while staying connected to the Inverness Raceway. Ronnie's daughter, Caitlin, continues to uphold the Graham legacy by racing on the Ontario circuit. All competitors here in race number 3 coming back, receiving a hat donated by the Graham family. Coming back a winner and heading in to meet that entourage in a big one into the Denmark Acres Winner's Circle 8-year-old Great Pacing gelding by Cougar Hall and the Astreas Mail Plumbing Princess. Shirley and Alexis Gass did the breeding on the Great. He's owned by the Autumn Gold Stables at a Sydney, trained by Ronnie Garland, catch driven this evening by Mr. Walter Walker. At trackside cooler presentation to the winner, Coot Cobbler and Walter Walker, here in the Graham family Memorial Pace. In regards to that inquiry, no violations heading to the 3/4. And the third official, Miss Patricia B. 5, Woodmere Novak. Second, Coot Cobbler, the winner, Rankinville Seamus. Finished top 4. Filthy Phil was 3 and JJ Scarlett 6. 30-2 by the quarter, 101-1, 130-4 in 2 minutes, and a 1/5. Top the program, 5-2-1, 4-3. Then 6 on the bottom. 2 minutes, 1/5. 8-year-old Coot Cobbler, first win on the season. Walter Walker board. Across the board for the winner, 13.90, 420, and 450 to place the 2. Woodmere Novak, 260, 230. The show, the 5. That was Filthy Phil, $3.20. The Exacta 3 and 2, $28.40. Triacta 3, 2 and 5, $91. Daily Double 2 and 3. Come back $110, 10 cents, $110 at 10 cents. I assume there's a super carryover here to race number 4. It's the McLean Family Pace. McLean Family Pace. Number 4, Drink Up Muchacho, equipment change. He's off with the Murphy blind on the right-hand side. Young gentleman here in the Inverness area, Mr. Elliott Smith, an up-and-coming announcer here at the Raceway, is going to do post-parade here in race number 4. This is the McLean Family Pace, up-and-coming.
conditioned field. Non-winner 601 last 5. They go for a purse of $1,300. On the rail, A Fair Somewhere, owned and trained by Sean McDonald, Zach Mullins. Two, Drink Up Muchacho, owned and trained by J.J. McDonald, Redmond Doucette drives. 3, Lorry Merchandise, owned by Dion Gillis, trainer-driver Ambrose Gillis. 4, Mojo Beach, owned and trained by DFR Beaton Rodney Gillis. 5, JG's Jumanji, owned by Gussie McLean, Ethan McLean trains, Danny Gillis drives. And to round out the field, the 6, Cruisin' Again, owned and trained by Lily Watson, Keegan Madden drives. Here in the 4th, I'll go with the 1, A Fair Somewhere. A 3-time winner, paced its last mile 2 minutes 4/5 for Redmond Doucette. Zach Mullins picks up the reins today. Then I'll go with the 2, Drink Up Muchacho, owned and trained by J.J. McDonald, Redmond Doucette drives. Last mile, 2 minutes 1/5. And he's a 4-time winner. And then I'll go with the 3, Lorry Merchandise. No wins this season. She's got a good post position and will end in a good 3rd. It's the McLean family pace. Next.
A very sharp 10-year-old Elliott Smith doing the post parade and giving his selections here in race number 3. Entries on the way back. Second and final score. We're down to 4 minutes on post time. 4 minutes on post time. This is the McLean family pace. It's your last chance at the windows. It's 2 minutes on post time. 2 to go. Elliott selection here in race number 4. It was 1, 2, and 3. I've gone with the same 3. 1, 2, and 3 for first, second, and third. Affair Somewhere, a 3-time winner this season in 59 is best. Zach Mullins in the sulky for owner trainer Sean McDonald. For second, Drink Up Muchacho, a 4-time winner this season. 2 minutes 4 fifths is best. And the last mile, 2:01:1, came last quarter in 29 2/5. Third, Lowry Merchandise. No wins on the season, 2 seconds and 2/3. Ambrose Gillis in the sulky for wife Dion Gillis at a Strathlorn. And for fourth, over here in race number 5, I went to the 5, JG's Jumanji. A 6-year-old hilarious Halo mare, Gussie McLean at Port Hood, not in attendance with us this evening, but home watching. He owns this 6-year-old mare. Ethan McLean is the trainer, and Danny Gillis gets the call. 1, 2, 3, and 5 in the McLean family pace. The entries are in the hands of your starter, Mr. Sean Tobin. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 4th condition field. Now winner 6:01 last 5, also eligible. $5,000 claiming Affair Somewhere and Zach Mullins. On the rail, Drink Up Muchacho and a Redmond Doucette. Lowry Merchandise and Ambrose Gillis, Mojo Beach and Rodney Gillis. JG's Jumanji, Danny Gillis, and Cruising Again and Keegan Madden. The McLean, a family pace for 1,300, comes through the lane. Down off the gate and away, and Drink Up Muchacho heads out looking for the lead in at the rail. It's Affair Somewhere. Third on the outside and keeping on coming here. That is Lowry Merchandise. He's going to think better. Duck back in that 3-hole. And 4, Mojo Beach. He hit a 5, JG's Jumanji, and then Cruising Again, Drink Up Muchacho. And rain to Redmond Doucette, driving up front on the lead for second. And that is the one, Affair Somewhere. 28 4/5. Lowry Merchandise, he had a 3 on the move in 4. And that is Mojo Beach. JG's Jumanji, you'll follow him in the backfield. That is Cruising Again. We're on past the half. Drink Up Muchacho has to go on here by driver Redmond Doucette. Affair Somewhere tied up there second. Third is Lowry Merchandise, Mojo Beach. 4 on the outside, JG's Jumanji, and then Cruising Again. 58 1/5. They were by the half mile up the backside, and the 3/4 up and coming. Drink Up Muchacho still up front on the lead. Affair Somewhere is second, and a gap of 4 to Lowry Merchandise. Mojo Beach, JG's Jumanji, he's 4 on the outside. Then Mojo Beach and Cruising Again. Past that stable turn over towards the 7/8, 127 3/5. Affair Somewhere has popped at the 2-hole. He's up to challenge the pace setter, Drink Up Muchacho, and Zach Mullins has sent the 7-year-old Affair Somewhere up front to be an easy winner. For second, Drink Up Muchacho. For third, that is Cruising Again. Affair Somewhere and Zach Mullins. 157 1/5. Unofficially, 1, 2, 6, and 5 at fair somewhere. The winner, Drink Up Muchacho, was second. Cruising again, third, and JG's Jumanji finished up fourth. Gussie McLean was introduced to harness racing by Leslie Graham, and his first horse was Special Blend. From the early beginnings, Gussie went on to spend many years as a respected breeder and trainer. One of Gussie's proudest accomplishments was JG's Hangman, a horse he bred and trained. He was also a trainer for the outstanding pacing mare Abby Best, one of Atlantic Canada's most accomplished mares, setting a 156 track record at Woodstock. With a career of 45 victories and $91,000 in earnings, the McLean family's commitment spans 3 generations. Son Travis, current driver, grandson Ethan, his first year as a trainer, and our own video ace up here beside me, Brock McLean, to carry on the legacy that continues to grow. At trackside, a cooler presentation to a fair somewhere, and Zach Mullins, the winner in 57 and 1/5. Cooler presentation on behalf of the family and friends, the McLean Family Pace. Here in the fourth at the Inverness Raceway, as Zach comes back here with the winner. 7-year-old Big Piece and Gelding by Line Somewhere, head to Western Hanover mare, Notable Beauty, owned and trained by Sean McDonald, bred by Elizabeth and Alan Fair out of Ontario. Hard to get this affair stopped and in that winner's circle. There's the McLean family and friends in the center field. This was the McLean Family Pace. Also in that bunch out there is our own charter and clerk, of course, here at the Inverness Raceway for the last number of years. Thank you to Shannon McLean. And the fourth official up here somewhere, the winner, Drink Up Muchacho, second. Lowry Merchandise, 5. Mojo Beach was 6. JG's Jumanji, 4. And Cruising Again finished up third. 28 and 4, 58 and 1. 127 and 3, 157 and 1. They were flying. From the top, 1, 2, 5, 6, 4, 3 in the bottom across the board for the winner. Fair somewhere, 710, 480, 340. The place to 2, Drink Up Muchacho. $3, $2.90 to show. To the 6, Cruising Again, $4.10. 1, 2 exact to 12.90. 1, 2, 6 try, $112.50. 1, 2, 6 and 5 super, $96.50. Up and coming race number 5, first end of the late double. Equipment change on the 3, Sealard takes off the hood with cups. He goes to an open. And he adds a Murphy blind on the right hand side. Over in race number 6, it's the Gillis of Hawthorne Family Pace. And number 3, Windermere Best Man, is scratch sick. Take out the 3, Windermere Best Man. In the 6th, the Gillis of Hawthorne Family Pace. That's in race number 6. On parade from the lower turn there, the entries here in the 5th. It's the first end of the late double, exacta, triacta, and superfecta wagering. Non-winners 840 last 5, also eligible. $7,000 claiming they go for purse $1,500 on the rail. It's East Coast Invader. Bred by Todd Sutherland. Owned by Todd and Monica Sutherland. Monica Sutherland trains and drives. Up in post 2, it's the 3-year-old Captain Crunch, Captain Tate. Owned by James McGinnis. Walter Walker trains and drives. Douglas Lowther shares ownership with the trainer-driver Zach Mullins. The 3 is C. Laird. Betty White the Gray, a 5-year-old Arthur Blue Chip mare owned by Darlene McClellan and Brock McClellan. Zach Mullins trains. Mr. Mark McQuarrie up catch driving. Onions to go at a post 5 by Doug McQuarrie and Eddie Benner. Mary McQuarrie trains. Redmond Dew set up. Rounding out the field, number 6, Damn Lucky. At 11-year-old by Cam Luck, owned by Dion Gillis. Trainer-driver is Ambrose Gillis. A field of 6 here in the 5th. First end of the late double. It goes to post at 8:28 in 6 minutes. 6 minutes on post time here for the 5th. My selection here in the 5th, I went to the rail entry, East Coast Invader. Monica Sutherland in the sulky. A one-time winner on the season at 59 1/5, being the best on the season. For second, I went to the 2 Captain Tate, a 3-year-old by Captain Crunch. He's a 6-time winner this season for James McGinnis out of Halifax. Walter Walker trains and drives. By the end of it, he should be the favorite on the board. He's at $7.30 right now. East Coast Invader is at $5.80. For third, I went to the 3. Sealard, a 10-year-old by Custard the Dragon, a 3-time winner from 9 starts on the season. His best 57 2/5. That was back 6 starts ago. Here at the Inverness Raceway, Zach Mullins does all the driving for him and Doug Lowthers at Inverness. And for fourth, I went to the 4. That is the gray, Betty White. One-time winner in 9 starts this season, 59 1/5, being his best. Ontario's Mark McQuarrie is visiting in town for Gathering Week and onwards for Chestico Days. He's in the sulky, he's up catch driving. As easy as a 1, 2, 3, 4 here in the 5th. Down to 3 minutes on post, 3 to go. The 5 Onions to go is in the paddock area with equipment returns. We will be going to the gate. 5 Onions to go. in the paddock area. Equipment repair. As soon as he returns, the entries will be going to the gate. Favorite showing on the board at present time, it's the 3 Sealard. And Zach Mullins in the sulky drops down in class here this evening. Sealard, the favorite, showing at $5.20 at $6.70. That's East Coast Invader. Captain Tate, the 6-time winner this season, he's at $7.90. A good betting board. The longest shot on the board is the 5 Onions to Go. He's returned from the paddock area with that equipment repair. The entries are going. Onions to Go is at $15.60. Entries for the 5th have been called to the gate. Entries for the 5th in the hands of your starters. Your officials for this evening's Cardiff Racing. In the paddock, it's Linda Gillis. Our starters, Mr. Sean Tobin. Danny McKinnon is the presiding judge. Karen Hocko and Gary Gardner are associates. Megan McQuarrie is on photo finish. Brock McLean is on photo patrol. Clerk, of course, is Tommy Baker. Carter McDonald is our timer. Entries for the 5th. Moving on, the stable turn condition field also eligible. $7,000 claiming East Coast Invader. And a Monica Sutherland on the rail. Captain Tate and Walter Walker. Sealard, Zach Mullins, Betty White, Mark McQuarrie, Onions to Go, Red Doucette, and Damn Lucky. And Ambrose Gillis. Field of 6, first and the late double here at the Inverness Raceway on a Wednesday evening. It's post time. Down off of the gate in the win, Captain Tate heads out for the lead second. And that is East Coast Invader up here third in the middle. And that is Betty White. Out here 4 on the outside, that is Onions to Go. Here to 5, that is Sealard. In the backfield, it's Damn Lucky. Captain Tate and Walter Walker up front on the lead, setting the fractions. Right there, head to helmet second, that is East Coast Invader. Up third, it's Betty White. Here to 4, that is Sealard. Ducking in 5, Onions to Go. Damn Lucky in the backfield, 30 and 4. Past that opening station on toward the half-mile single file alignment. Heading toward the half-mile activity in mid-pack. Up front on the lead, that is Captain Tate. East Coast Invader is second. First in the outside, that is Betty White. 4th in at the rail, that is Onions to Go. 5 in the outside, it's Sealard, then Damn Lucky. What a 1 4/5. 3 in, 3 out. 3/4 up and coming. Captain Tate shows the way. Betty White second on the outside. East Coast Invader nowhere to go. 4th on the outside. That is Sealard. Onions to go, slips down the rail. East Coast Invader get out there very sneakily by Monica Sutherland, and East Coast Invader is going to be coming to call this Captain Tate, who was up front on the lead, 131 and 3/5. Captain Tate, the six-time winner on the season, is bringing them on home. East Coast Invader is coming, but way, way, way too late as Captain Tate goes wire to wire. Second, East Coast Invader up third. That's the gray Betty White. Captain Tate, 159 and 3/5 here in the fifth. Officially 2-1, 4 and 5, Captain Tate. 7 wins on the season for Walter Walker. East Coast Invader was second. Betty White was third. And Onions to go. Finished up fourth. Just one to go on the program. It's the Gillis of Hawthorne Family Pace Field of 5. They go for purse $2,000. Take out the 3 Windermere Best Man that's up and coming. Race number 6, Gillis of Hawthorne Family Pace. Coming back a winner here in the 5th. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 3-year-old Bay Pacing Colt by Captain Crunch. And the Western Ideal Mare, Ginger Tree Nina, Lavin Miller at Topeka, Indiana, did the breeding on this 3-year-old colt. He's owned by James McGinnis out of Halifax. Walter Walker trains and drives. His second winner on the program. 159 and 3/5, 7th win on the season from 11 starts. Here's the 2, Captain Tate and Walter Walker. Mr. Walker enjoying a very good season here in 2026 at the Inverness Raceway. Multiple wins on the season. Stop by the winner's circle here with Captain Tate, and that's win number 7 on the season. A super carryover, $86 here in the 6th. Super carryover. We're at $1,282 for that even split. For that 50-50, that 50-50, we're going to draw after race number 6. We're drawing after race number 6, I'm sorry. And we're at $1,282. You still have a chance to get a 50-50 ticket. A nice prize, $1,282 thus far. 5th official, East Coast Invaders. 2nd, Captain Tate. The winner, Sea Larders. 5, Betty White. 3. Onions to go, 4, Damn Lucky. 6, 30 and 4, 101 and 4, 131 and 3, 159 and 3. Top the program, 215, 346 on the bottom, cross the board, 755, 90 and 3. For the 2, Captain Tate. The 1, East Coast Invader, $4, $2.80. Betty White for 3rd, $2.20. Exact 2 and 1, 17, 20, 2, 1 and 4, $122.60. Super carry over in race number 6, our finale on the program. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post next Wednesday evening. And 7 o'clock is our post time next Wednesday on the season. Racing during the months of August on the 5th, the 12th, the 16th, the 26th, and the 30th. Could I have everyone's attention for a moment, please? We're going to have a moment of silence, if you don't mind. We lost an iconic horseman and a true horseman in Harold LeBlanc Sr. Harold LeBlanc Sr., who passed away last week at the age of 87. Harold was involved in harness racing for some 70 years. Top horses, Jersey Meadow and Addydor. He just loved Addydor. He is predeceased by his wife Joyce of 45 years and daughter Katie. Also, he is survived by children Linda, Larry Forward, Harold, Lisa Morrison, Bobby, Joe McDonald, and Joel Sherrill. Harold LeBlanc Sr., a true gentleman and an iconic horseman. Could we have a moment's silence, please? We thank you very much. Your approximate daily double odds sure gain is $15. Galway Bay, no tickets. Windermere Best Man with Scratch McLean, $12. What's Up Doc, $34. And Hippie John, $103. Up and coming, it's the Gillis of Hawthorne, the family pace. I'm going to read what we have now for the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace here this evening. Everybody would be emptying out right after the race here in the 6th. So, the name Hawthorne was synonymous with maritime racing dating back more than 50 years. Donald Bernard Gillis and his loving wife Marie were encouraged into harness racing by brother-in-law Leslie Graham. Donald Bernard would partner with Leslie, Callie Rankin, and another brother-in-law, Gussie McLean, to purchase one of the crankiest but toughest mares to compete in Cape Breton by the name of Graham's Lady. Donald Bernard branched into breeding business, purchasing Northwood Iona, who would turn into the foundation broodmare of all the Hawthorne horses. It was always a family affair with numerous cousins piled into cars and the back of pickup trucks headed to the races. Tonight the Gillises, McLeans, and the Grahams have once again piled into cars to come to the races to honor the memories of those days gone by. Although the people are no longer with us, their spirit lives on in every race, every drive, and every story we continue to share. They have left hoofprints not only on the track, but also on our hearts. This is the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace. And parading from the lower turn, the entries here in the 6th, non-winners of 1,001 last 5. They go for purse $2,000. Sure Gain, owned and trained by the effort beaten. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. 3-year-old Somewhere Fancy Galway Bay, owned, trained, and driven by Monica Sutherland. Windermere Best Man is out. The 4 is McLand, owned by Ella and Daniel McDonald. A.D. McDonald trains. Walter Walker is up. What's Up Doc? You got a post 5, Redmond Doucette. For owner, breeder, trainer John McClellan, Hippie John rounds out the field. Zach Mullins gets the call from the estate of Roderick Smith. Mary McQuarrie trains. This is the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace. Post time in 5. Still time for a 50-50. We're going to draw right after race 6. We're at 12:82. Favorite showing on the board at present time, it's the 5. What's Up Doc at $3.20. $3.20. 10 starts on the season for What's Up Doc. Has not been in the winner's circle this year. He's got 5 seconds and 4 thirds. 9 out of 10 in the top 3. No wins on the season. This could be the night for What's Up Doc. Redmond Doucette for owner, breeder, trainer John McClellan. He's the favorite at $3.50 showing on the board. Next at 6:30, that's McLand and Walter Walker. He looks for a driving triple on this 6- program. He has McLand for Ella, Daniel McDonald, and trainer A.D. McDonald. Longest shot on the board on the rail, Sure Gain. Rodney Gillis for a DF for Beaton at a Port Hood. We're down to 2 minutes on post. 2 minutes on post time here for the 6th. Our next card next Wednesday, 7 o'clock is post time. It's your last chance at the windows. The entries have been called to the gate. Top of the stretch here in the 6th, the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace field of 5. Sure Gain, Galway Bay, McLand, What's Up Doc, and Hippie John. They are the 5 starters to contest for $2,000. Down off of the gate and away. And Sure Gain heads out for the lead. McLand is second on the outside. What's Up Doc drops in the 3-hole. And yet a 4, that is Galway Bay in the back tier. That is Hippie John up the backside toward the opening quarter now. And the 6-year-old McCardle, McLand in rain to Walter Walker. Looking for a hat-trick drive on the night. He's up front by 6 on the lead. Sure Gain is second. What's Up Doc is third out of 4. Galway Bay in the backfield. That is Hippie John. Good opening quarter, 28 2/5. Still up front by 4 on the lead. That is McLand. He's looking for win number 5 on the season. Back there second, that is Sure Gain. Third is What's Up Doc. Galway Bay on the move from the backfield. That is Hippie John. On towards the 5/8 turn now in McLand after a half of 57. Second quarter in 28 3/5. Up the backside, the 3/4 up and coming. McLand shows the way. Second is Sure Gain. What's Up Doc cannot get off the pylons in 3. 4 on the outside. Hippie John and then Galway Bay. Passing that 3/4 on towards the 7/8. McLand is asked up front by Walter Walker, 126 2/5. Second is Sure Gain. Third on the outside, it's What's Up Doc. But McLand is bringing them on home. Through the lanes here in McLand. Here's What's Up Doc up and challenging. It's going to come down to the mile. And What's Up Doc looks like he got up Doc. What's Up Doc and Redmond Doucette, 156 1. The photo is for win. There's a win photo here on the 6th. Did you have hats in this race? Did you have hats for the drivers? No? In the photo, it was What's Up Doc over McLand. Sure Gain was third and Galway Bay finished up 4. Quite an entourage in the center field. I'm going to be welcoming the winner, What's Up Doc. In 10 starts this season, he had 5 seconds, 4 thirds, and no wins. In his 11th start in the Gillis of Hawthorne Family Pace, What's Up Doc in a stretch drive to nip out McLand. First win on the season for the 7-year-old by Hilarious Halo. Heading into the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 7-year-old Big Fishing gelding by Hilarious Halo. And the fully loaded mare, CMR may be loaded. He's owned, bred, and trained by John McClellan, Yidamabu. Redmond Doucette, second winner on the program. 156 and 1/5. That becomes official, and it has. That's a new lifetime mark for 7-year-old What's Up Doc. And look at that entourage in the center field to meet the winner. What's Up Doc and a Redmond Doucette in the Gillis of Hawthorne family pace. And it's official. Sure Gain was 3. Galway Bay 4. Windermere Best Man was Scratch McLean 2nd. What's Up Doc the winner, and Hippie John was 5. 28 and 2, 57 and 1, 126 and 2, 156 and 1. Top the program, 3-4 Scratch, 2-1-5 on the bottom. Cross the board, 430, 210 and 210. Place the 4 McLean. Congratulations, Redmond. 260 and 210. The show, the 1 Sure Gain, 210. The Exacta 5 and 4, 990. The Try 5, 4 and 1, 2850. Daily Double 34.40, and the Super 5, 4, 1 and 2, $78 on the return. We're still waiting for that winner on the 50-50. Tricia is gonna be running up over them stairs shortly with a winner for us in the 50-50. I'm sure you'll be waiting around for that one. And the winner of the 50-50, $1,500 each.